Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are talking about the absolute state of the Battlefield franchise. This will encompass not only 2042, but multiple Battlefield titles, and it will sort of give people a good idea of just the sort of situation the Battlefield franchise is in, what sort of situations multiple different Battlefield games are in, and whether or not you should even touch some of the recent Battlefield games, and of course, what is to come after 2042, and what DICE should probably prioritize. With me being a daily streamer of the Battlefield franchise for almost every single day for 5 years, I have, let's just say, extensive knowledge of what the current state of multiple Battlefield games currently is right now, and some of the things that I say in this video might come as a bit of a shock to you, but I'm just sort of presenting reality for what it is here. So without further ado, let's just jump into some of the older Battlefield titles, then we'll start to talk about some of the more recent ones like BF5 and 2042. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and of course subscribe to the channel. Over 70% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed, and this is going to be the #1 place for the new Battlefield information whenever that does come about, so you might want to subscribe if you follow Battlefield at all. As far as some of the older games go, such as Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, they're still alive, and you can buy them and play them, I think, on any platform except for maybe some of the old gen consoles like PS3 and Xbox 360. Would not recommend. As far as PC and other consoles, though, should be completely fine. I recently played Battlefield 4 for a bit of just a test on my computer, so you should be totally fine. As far as Battlefield 1 is concerned, you should be totally fine there as well. Just keep in mind that North American servers are typically less populated when compared to European servers, and on PC, of course, there are cheaters, and they will ruin your game from time to time, but it isn't anything catastrophic like it is in Battlefield 5. And what a perfect segue, Battlefield 5. So, Battlefield 5, as of right now, if you play on PC, I would actually consider that game to be a danger to play. And let me explain what I mean by danger to play. So, I have had multiple of my streamer friends come to me and tell me that in Battlefield 5, the game has essentially been completely taken over by cheaters, even worse than it already was. And these aren't your normal run-of-the-mill cheaters that join a game in aimbot. No. These are some of the biggest scumbag cheaters on the entire planet, and they've actually been actively doxing and exposing people's IP addresses. So do not, for the love of fucking God, play Battlefield 5 if you are on PC. If you're on console, you should be fine, but if you don't like what you just heard and you just want to be safe, I wouldn't play Battlefield 5 on console anyway. Unfortunately, EA has taken zero action and has shown zero interest in taking any action because, of course, they're EA and, they don't do anything ever. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. BF5, pretty much not playable. And that pushes us into the most recent Battlefield installation, which is Battlefield 2042. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the fact that this game is not popular in the slightest, even though some people would claim it's made a quote-unquote comeback. I would argue that it absolutely hasn't. As far as playability of the game, you wouldn't really have any problem if you wanted to play the game at all. There are servers, although this game is less popular than you might anticipate for it being the latest Battlefield game. And of course, Battlefield 2042's content support is definitely going to be coming to an end here pretty soon. They confirmed Season 6, which is the season after the current season we're in right now. But after Season 6, I wouldn't really bet on there being any further support. By Season 6, they will have reworked all of the base game maps, so there's none of that to rework. And I wouldn't bet on them making 2 maps per season. They will definitely stick to 1, if not just outright pull the plug after Season 6. As far as Battlefield 2042's community is concerned, shockingly, there aren't many cheaters in Battlefield 2042. In fact, I would say that I can count the amount of cheaters that I have personally seen on one hand in Battlefield 2042. And that is hilariously enough because if you remember, early on in Battlefield 2042, there was actually a pretty funny post that was announced from a cheat developer saying that they are essentially canceling developing cheats for Battlefield 2042 because they couldn't get them to work. So I think the fact that there are less cheaters in 2042 is a direct result of there not being that many cheats available for 2042, which is fucking hilarious because it's not even EA's triumph over the cheaters, it's the cheaters not making the cheats. But overall, it is an end positive, right? There aren't that many cheaters in Battlefield 2042. Now, that cannot be said for the amount of degenerate scumbags in Battlefield 2042. And I refer to a specific set of situations regarding 2 separate streamers, actually 3, but I'm not going to mention the third one because it is actually so disgusting and weird that I just don't even want to talk about it. The set of situations that I'm referring to have to do with a couple streamers, Flex Lanes and Ash BF, and this is the same group doing these terrible things to them. Ash has been hunted on every single server he goes to by a group of people that just constantly harass him, and he can't even play the game for 11 months straight. It has escalated to the fact where some of these stream snipers have changed their in-game names to his dog's name and one of his deceased friends' names, and it's even gone as far as IRL threats. Ash recently tweeted that he had to alert the police about this, because he, feared for his safety. And on top of that, the same group of people that are doing this to Ash are now doing it to a streamer called Flex Lanes. And Flex Lanes was recently extorted by these same people, and they essentially said to him, "You pay us a fee, or we will continue to stream snipe you." And of course, drumroll guys, nothing has been done about this. EA has taken absolutely no action whatsoever, and this group of people will continue to be able to do this basically at their whim because they know that EA will not be able to do anything. So the general consensus here is that some of the older games are completely fine, especially if you play on console. If you're on PC and you're looking to play Battlefield 1, understand that there might be some cheaters you run into. Battlefield 5 is completely unplayable, like actual danger to play. Do not play that game anymore. I'm actually serious. And Battlefield 2042 is essentially just an extremely boring, dead community disaster, and they're not doing anything to fix it. So that is the current overview of things in the Battlefield franchise right now. It's not a really cheerful outlook, I'll be completely honest with you. And that's because there's really not that many cheerful things going on. However, I will say this. With Battlefield 2042, there was a bit of a shift in their priorities, I don't know, maybe 9 or 10 months ago, maybe even a year ago at this point. And ever since that shift in priorities, that difference in update consistency, and all these sorts of things, the game has been pulled back. But it's one of those things where it's like, okay, you pulled it back to where it should have been at release. Congratulations. The real thing you have to take away from this is the fact that they got those priorities in a line, right? They're reworking the maps. They're trying their best with, what they're given. They weren't given much. Like, look at Hourglass. It looks like the fucking surface of the moon. What are they supposed to do? They can't make anything out of that map. So the best thing we can hope for is DICE and the other studios working in the next Battlefield, they take this sort of thing, this sort of thinking that is happening with 2042, and they apply it to the next Battlefield game, so that maybe there are some better ideas, they give themselves a better foundation to work on, and that's really all we can hope for. So that's pretty much the state of the franchise. It isn't all bad, I just wish I didn't have to talk about some of the topics that I mentioned in this video. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and of course subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you especially to regular viewers. I really, really do appreciate your continued support, and I will see you later.
Marking threat. Distance 150 meters. Marking danger.